Yo, what's good, everyone? It's your girl, Shani A is for Apple. Welcome to Keep It Real So You Can Heal Mental Health Podcast. First solo episode, Dear EJ. Shani A, come in peace to pop the top on my unique stories and experiences with intentions on sharing, learning, and connecting. I vow to keep it real so I can heal. Dear EJ, I just Googled how many days ago was August 4th, 2012. The result, 4,418 days. Wow. To say that I miss you is an understatement. However, it's the only way I can really express it. You were my only brother of four that I had the experience of growing up in the same home with. We were so opposite, but balanced each other out very well. You were so full of life and energy. You weren't afraid to be and express yourself. I admired that about you so much. I was much more quiet and reserved. I think about you often. I think about us enjoying the simple things as kids. The times playing Uno, Trouble, and being outside are probably the top three. I also miss the days we'd go to Sports World and spent hours there skating and in the arcade. You were truly the best little brother. I often wonder how things would be if you were still here physically. Where would you be staying? Who would you be staying with? Where you'd work? What you drive? If you still have a passion for cooking? If you'd still draw? And what kind of bike you would have? And what color it would be? How you'd feel about today's music? How you'd interact with your niece and nephews, what you'd be telling me what or what not to do, your sarcastic remarks and comments, if you'd still be wearing graphic tees, if you'd be wearing glasses, contacts, or both, how many times you'd have called or texted me, how your hair would look, how many new songs, artists you'd put me onto, just everything. I really wish I knew or had some idea as to the things that bothered you to the point that you took your own life. I would have reassured you that I would have been there. You knew that, though. So it's very confusing. When I found out you left me, I was sad, hurt, and upset. I wish I could have given you the keep going advice. Dealing and coping with your loss has been a hell of a process, but I refuse to let it take me completely under. I am now a mental health advocate, and you and the way we lost you is now part of my story. I've created synergy together, period, in your memory, as well as Charlize's or sins. Although you're not here in the flesh, you are always in my heart and with me in spirit. You taught me the power of the moment, and I'm truly thankful for the time I was gifted with you as my little brother. I love you, buddy. I know that there are several of us who have lost someone. There are probably even more who have lost someone who is super close to us. Again, Jay was my brother that I had the privilege of growing up in the same home with. So, just off the bat with that alone, our connection was naturally different. Also, I would like to just kind of let people in on the day of me finding out that I had lost, we lost EJ. So it's early Sunday morning, August 5th, 2012. I was awakened by my kid's father, and he was like, "Your aunt is downstairs banging on the door." And my aunt is Sylvia, who's also my godmother. So I wake up to him letting me know she's at the door, banging on the door. And I'm like, it's Sunday. And I know back then she used to request that I come to church a lot. So I was like, I know she didn't come over here to get me to go to church. That was my first thought or whatever when I woke up, to him telling me that it was her at the door. So, go downstairs, open the door, and she was hurting. It was very clear that she was hurting, and I didn't know exactly what was happening or what had happened to have her at my front door crying and clearly hurting, like I said. So all she is really saying is, you got to come with me. Get yourself together and come with me, to some degree. I can't remember exactly verbatim the words that were used, but bottom line is, I'm here to get you. You coming with me. So I go upstairs, freshen up, didn't ask any questions. You know what I mean? I did what I was told. And I went to, after I got myself together, I went and grabbed my phone, which I used to sleep with it under my pillow. I grabbed my phone, and when I look at it, immediately I see that I had several missed calls from my mom. So it's like, okay, clearly something probably bad has happened. You know what I mean? Are my thoughts. My aunt is at the door crying. My mom had called me a lot of times, and I wasn't aware. I'm a hard sleeper, so I really didn't know she was calling. And I'm like, okay, so something's happened. So get in the car with my aunt, and she's driving, but she's still crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? What is happening? What has happened? What's going on? And she's not crying hard, but she's crying to the point where she couldn't talk. She's driving, she's kind of rocking back and forth as she's driving. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I still didn't get anything. And now it's like I'm playing a guessing game. I'm like, is my grandma okay? And my grandma crossed my mind first because earlier that year, she was hospitalized due to a stroke. She had a stroke. She ended up being in the hospital. This was March of that same year, 2012, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe something's going on with grandma, and we got to figure out what it is. Maybe something's going on with grandma, and obviously it wasn't good. So that was my initial thought. Something happened to my grandma, and I only thought that because she was hospitalized earlier in the same year. She had been sick. Still trying to figure out what's going on, and she's not giving me nothing. I'm not trying to be a nuisance and ask, but naturally I'm over there wondering, like, okay, I got to come with you. You're crying. She shook her head no when I asked if it was about my grandma. And the next person on my mind that this whole situation could have been about was my brother. And I was like, is EJ okay? And I don't know why he was the second person on my mind, but he was. And I was like, so is EJ okay? What's up with EJ? And she was still just sobbing. And something just made me ask her, was my brother still alive? And I did not get an answer. She told me to call my Uncle Calvin. And when I call him, we're about, and mind you, we're still driving. At the time I didn't know where we were headed to, but we were heading to my mom's house. So when I guessed my grandma, that wasn't it. When I guessed if it was EJ, I didn't get anything, but it was making me think that it was him because she didn't, it was no yes, it was no. And so she told me to call my Uncle Calvin. I called my Uncle Calvin, and I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, Aunt Sylvia came and picked me up. She's crying, but I'm not getting anywhere. She's not telling me anything. I was like, so what's up with my brother? Just give it to me. What's up with EJ? Because I had already felt that it was something with him just based on her not yay or naying if it was dealing with him. So it was just like, he's gone, baby. He was like, he hung himself. And when I heard that, I think I dropped the phone. Like, I don't know what happened at that point, but I think I just dropped the phone. And I just remember just losing it, just really losing it. I was crying, hysterically crying. And, by this time we're almost to my mom's house. And I remember turning on my mom's street. My mom is like the fourth or fifth house down on her street on the right-hand side. And I remember seeing, parked on the side were some cars, and there was an ambulance. The back of the ambulance doors were open, and I see there's like caution tape around the house and all this stuff. And I see my mom on the truck, clearly in distress. And my grandma is up there, trying her best to console and comfort my mom. And it hit me, like, okay, like it hit me like this is really happening. And, I get out. I don't even know if I went on the truck, because seeing my mom like that when we pulled up just really, really fucked me up. It really had me messed up. So I don't even think I went up there. My grandma was up there with her, but for some reason I didn't even get up there, because I couldn't help her then. Like, I didn't know what to do. And I just remember trying to go to the backyard where most of the caution tape was, and my uncle Jerome, he was just like, to some degree, he was like, nah, baby, you don't need to go back there. You don't need to see that. I guess they were still, trying to, put things together. I don't know if my brother was still even back there at the time. I'm guessing he was, but my uncle Jerome told me, he was like, you don't need to go back there. And I'm glad that he stopped me from going back there, because whatever was back there would most likely still be haunting me. And I'm just thankful he stopped me. I'll just keep it like that. So, I go in the house. Can't go around the back. So I go in the house, and there's a few people in there. I really can't remember who was all in there. I just know that there were sad looking people in the house that I grew up in. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? It just did not make any sense. And my stepfather, EJ's father, was in there, and he was messed up. And so my day started with me witnessing the people closest to me, my family, in grief. And it's a day that I will never forget. It's a day that I will never, ever, ever forget. And I remember EJ was scheduled to work that day. At the time, he was working at Target. So he was scheduled to work later the same day. And my mom asked me to call them to let them know that he wasn't going to be coming into work today. And I had to be the one to make that call to my brother's job to tell them that, hey, this is Shonda. I'm EJ's sister. Just wanted to call and let you all know that EJ will not be coming into work today, because he can't. Like, he's not here. And that was a tough call to make. And I miss him, to say the least. Like I said, it's an understatement, but I miss my brother. We had so many good times, so many good memories, and he will always be with me in spirit. He is no longer here with me in the physical, but his name will always be said. Yeah, synergy together, period. CYNERJYEJ, synergy. But I miss you, man. I really do miss you. It's just real. It's real. You're physically no longer here, but you will always be with me in spirit. I miss you very, 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 very much. I miss your sarcasm. I miss you saying real slick shit and me rolling my eyes at you, not really having to come back because you were the king of sarcasm. I'll give you that title, king of sarcasm. But to say I miss you, like I said, is an understatement. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. So anyone out there who has lost someone, grief is never an easy process. You can't put a time span, or you can't say, okay, I think in about another year, I think I'll be done with grieving. It never ends. There's different stages. And like I said, it's truly a process. Don't know why, EJ, you did what you did. However, I just want to make it known that I felt played, because we were better than that. Like, I felt like if you had something going on, like, you were supposed to tell me, and I was supposed to be like, hey, you got this, or whatever encouragement would have come to mind based on, what you were going through. So when I heard that, I went through this series of being sad, mad, like straight angry, straight betrayed. I felt betrayed. And I wish you were still here. I really wish you were still here. That's really all I can say. I wish you were still here. However, I am learning how to turn my pain into purpose. And hopefully this video, this podcast, this whatever I do moving forward will help people with opening up about what they may truly have going on, and find ways to cope, find ways to deal with whatever it is that they're going through. I do not like the flashback of thoughts of seeing my people messed up at the funeral. That's just... The flashback thoughts of all of my loved ones hurts. Seeing my mom, though, the woman who gave birth to me, the woman who gave birth to EJ, seeing my mom in that space is something I never want to witness again. She was hurt. She still is hurt. And I just hope that, because she doesn't talk about it, much. We'll talk about EJ. We'll sometimes watch videos, which has been a while since we've even done that. But we'll look back at like pictures or old videos and, reminisce. We talk about good times, the good things. I've never really heard her grief story when it comes to the loss of my brother, which was her youngest child. So I just hope that my mom can find a way to get through her process of grieving, because, on my end, it's me losing a brother. On her end, it's losing a child. And sibling relationship and parent relationship are totally different. I can only imagine, what she had felt and what she probably, still feels to this day with losing a child. I really hope that she finds the ways to grieve the way that it's meant for her to, to grieve. I really do. Jay, we miss you. You really messed us up. You really messed us up, dog. You really messed us up. You really messed us up. I love you. You're always in my heart. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Superty duperty duperty miss you, buddy. I miss you. I often dream about you, and some dreams are like we're somewhere together. There was one dream we was in the truck together, and we stopped to the store, and right before you got out, I asked you, hey, like, why did you do what you did? And you just looked at me and you got out of the truck and you went in the store. And that's all I remember. There was another dream similar where we were out back at my mom's house on a picnic table. And I remember when you had your little, you were letting your hair grow, you had like this little fro. So in the dream, you were twisting your hair like this. Your hair was kind of to the side. You were twisting your fro. And I asked you again. I was like, yo, what's up? Why did you do what you, why did you do it? Why did you do what you did? And in the dream, you vanished into thin air. I also have other types of dreams where your older brother, Trey, is kind of like the middleman for communication with us. It's like you're still here, you're just not around us. But for some reason, you talk to him. And I'm like, okay, what's the report? It's like Entree comes and gives the report on you. Like, he's good. He's still not ready yet. He's still not ready to, I guess, talk to y'all, or the reason that you left us is still not to be revealed just yet, or maybe not at all. I don't know. But I have these dreams, like I said, where Entree is kind of like the messenger. He'll be like, he's good. He's just, he's still not ready. So I don't know what any of that means. I don't know if it means anything, but I do miss you. I do love you. And I don't know if closure on the reasoning for your choice will ever appear. But now that this is out, I feel better. I feel better. You're still not here. However, I feel better getting it out. And I've gotten it out before to other people, like shorthanded ways, not too involved, with details or anything. But this feels better. This feels better. Me getting it out this way. I love you. I miss you. Yo, what's good, everyone? It's your girl, Shani A is for Apple, with a little PSA. We are all going through something or some things, and we are all mentally scarred. It's time to get back to us. Keep it real so you can heal. Keep it real so you can heal, yeah. Keep it real so you can heal, yeah. Keep it real so you can heal, yeah. Teal purple, baby, purple teal, Keep it real so you can heal, yeah. Keep it real so you can heal, yeah. Keep it real so you can heal, yeah. Teal purple, baby, purple teal, let's get it. Shani A, back on the scene. Check it out, look at your screen. YOUTUBE, how to juggle. Life is lifing, but we gon' keep fighting. No matter how, scratching, punching, biting. We igniting our own glow up. For yourself, you must show up. Get it off your chest. The time is now. Hit me up. Come take the vow. Yeah. Keep it real so you can heal. Yeah. Keep it real so you can heal. Yeah. Keep it real so you can heal. Yeah. Teal purple, baby. Purple teal. Keep it real so you can heal. Yeah. Keep it real so you can heal. Yeah. Keep it real so you can heal. Yeah. Teal purple, baby. Purple teal. Let's get it. Shady A. Come in peace to pop the top on my unique stories with intentions on sharing, learning, and connecting. I vow to keep it real so I can heal.